Hello and welcome to my channel, Easy Investing Income. I want to share that this is my first month in my journey, and I actually earned $1,100 in premiums selling both covered calls and cash secured puts. Before I get started and explain what I did this month to earn $1,100, let me remind everyone that I'm not a professional finance person. I'm just a hobbyist trying to learn how to better improve my investing capabilities and actually earn some extra income. So let's go ahead and get started. The goal of this channel is that you can earn income on the side. I earn income with dividends, and then now I'm also earning income with premiums from selling options contracts. I primarily sell, hardly ever buy contracts. And this first month, my goals were to earn $1,000. I actually did better and earned over $1,100, or just slightly over $1,100. My initial rules or things that I wanted to keep in mind: one is I wanted to keep a journal. Two, I wanted to only look at strike prices that were 10% out of the money. For a covered call, that would be, let me give you an example. If the stock was $50, it would be $55. And for a put, it goes the other way. So if the stock was $50, it would be $45 strike price. I also only looked at 30 to 60 days out, thinking that if I could get a 10% return in 1 month or 2 months, that, that's a really good return. So a few things to take into consideration is that I also have a blog that discusses the trades and what I did, and the blog can also be found using the same name, easyinvestingincome.com. So I think the easiest thing to do is go ahead and discuss my trades. So I'm actually going to open up my trades, and here you can actually see the different trades. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. And how I have these set up in my journal is I list the trade, when it was placed, the quantity, premium, the cost, the date if I close it, meaning you can close a contract by buying it back, that reduces your risk. So for this month, you can see I had, let me again decrease the size of this a little bit more. So you can see I had 16 contracts and about 10 different trades. On September 2nd, I only really traded for 3 days, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I did 2 covered calls, and I denote that by showing GLW, which is, I'm trying to think of the name of that stock, Corning. And so I sold these on September 2nd, and you can see the strike price of 35 and 35 and a half, and I sold 2 of these, and for each one I earned 72 cents for the 35 call and 52 cents for the 35 and a half call. Now, that one thing you need to keep in mind with options is they're in increments of 100, so really it's not 72 cents, it's $72 for the premium. And then the cost is per contract. It's 65 cents per contract. And I held these through expiration. So I purchased them, or not purchased them, I sold them on September 2nd, and they actually expired on October 2nd. So I earned on the first one 142, and then on the other one 102. So these were 2 of my bigger trades, and they were on stocks I already owned. I owned 400 shares of Corning. And so at the conclusion on October 2nd, I would sell again 4 more contracts and hopefully make a similar amount of money. And again, these were for 30 days. So I made that kind of premium for literally 30 days. The next one is Intel, INTC, and I also sold it for a $60 call, which at the time I think it was like $54 or $55. So again, using the 10% outside the money, and I again did two of those. I own several hundred shares of Intel, and I was able to get 40 cents premium, which translates into $80 because you multiply it by 200, 100 shares for each contract, and the quantity is the number of contracts. So those I actually closed, meaning I bought back both those contracts for 4 cents, and then the total premium minus costs, and the costs were $1.30, I ended up with $69.40. Now the next trade was actually Cisco, and this is a cash secured put. So I've got enough cash to buy several puts, and Cisco is one stock that I would like to own. It pays a nice dividend, which is unusual for technical companies. So I sold a $36 put, and then at that time it was around a $40 stock, and it would so on September 3rd I sold it, and then again it was close to 30 days, and I was able to get 31 cents. I also closed it for $8 or 8 cents, and I only did one contract for $21 premium. So, and I also did, I'm not going to go into each and every one of these. I'll just breeze over the rest of them. I also did a put on Southern Company for 48. Again, it was that 10% outside the money, so it was I think around 52 or 53. I did just one of those. Again, all of these are high dividend paying stocks that I would like to own, and it actually expired, and I made $40 in premium for that. LEG, another stock that I'd like to own. I can't think of what it is right now. But again, I actually sold this one on September 3rd, and it expires 10/16. So it's closer to like a 45-day period. And for it, I also gained 75 cents, again, which is $75, and ended up making $72. I closed it before it actually expired for a cent. So you'll notice that if I can close these for just a few cents, that I typically will on occasion. If I think it has a high risk of being called and I'm not really ready to purchase that stock, I'll hold off. So here you can see my next one is Realty Trust, and I did it also on 10/6 or September 4th. I did it, and it expires on 10/16. And again, I closed it by purchasing the contract back, and for it, I did 72. Was able to earn $72 worth of premium. The next three are actually all covered calls. It's on Coca-Cola that I own. These I did on September 4th, and I did them farther out. You can see one it expires in 22, and then the others expire 11/20 and 12/18 and 21, I believe. So these were longer covered calls. They expired farther out. Mainly the reason I did that is to earn a little bit extra income, and I own quite a bit of Coca-Cola, so it's something I'm worth, to me it's worth selling those. If they get called then or get assigned, then I'm okay with selling it for these prices, which 65, 55, 55. Now 65 is much higher, of course, because it's much farther out into the future. And here you can see some of these I actually did buy back the contracts, and let's see, two of them which were more near term, I bought those back and was able to close it with a good profit. The other one, which expires in 2022, it's still open. So when it gets closer to 121.22, I can also close it, or if I make enough profit on it, I can close it. And then finally, 3M, I also did a covered, not a covered call, but a cash secured put on it, and it was for 145. So one thing you have to keep in mind is with the higher price stocks, you need to have more cash in your account to cover it. So our $145 stock, I have to have $14,500 of cash in order to be able to purchase that in my account. One positive is that you do typically get higher premiums. So here you can see I got $1.92 and it was expiring in about a month and a half, and I was able to close it 2 weeks after I got it. So for 42 cents, but I was able to make $148 in 2 weeks, which is a really good premium. So all in all, I was able to earn $1,129 with only trading 2 or 3 days. And these were all either covered calls or cash secured puts. And it wasn't a whole lot of stocks. You're talking only about 7 different stocks and 16 total contracts. So it wasn't a whole lot of work. One thing so there were 7 covered call trades and there were 4 cash secured put trades. So it was mostly covered calls. Cash secured puts, I had never done those before this month, and it worked out really well. And again, these were stocks that I would be happy to own, but I ended up selling, or they expired, so I didn't have any get assigned. Things that I learned this month: a lot of the trades, you can get good premium. It's almost like selling insurance. People are providing you this premium with the opportunity to either sell you the stock or to buy the stock from you. So I was quite happy with a lot of the premiums I got, especially for the cash secured puts, because it allowed me to use cash that I had sitting in my account and earn pretty good premiums. The other thing I learned, that a few trades the first week of the month, little work for a fairly good premium. Now you may ask, why didn't I trade more? Well, I kind of set this goal of 1,000. Once I reached it, I felt like I needed to kind of learn from experience, and also had a lot going on that month. So work got busy and other things happened, and I just didn't get a chance to trade again. So thanks for joining me on my journey this first month. Like I said, I was hoping for 1,000. I ended up doing 1,129. Please add any comments, subscribe if you want to, and if you would, hit the like button, and please check back often. And I hope to have another video out fairly soon, hopefully within the next couple of days. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you.